What if the biggest setbacks in your life are actually the setups for your greatest comebacks? Sounds a bit wild, right? Society teaches us to avoid failure at all costs, but what if failing is the secret ingredient to success? The moments you thought were dead ends might actually be doorways disguised as obstacles. This is the paradox few dare to face. Sometimes, breaking down is exactly what breaks you through. Right now, you might feel like everything's crumbling, like you're lost in a fog that won't lift. But here's the twist, it's in that fog where clarity starts to form. Like the dawn before sunrise, it feels dark and cold, but it's also full of promise. If you stick with me, you'll discover how failure can fuel resilience, why your mess is actually your masterpiece in progress, and how your next chapter is waiting just beyond your doubts. Ready to challenge what you thought you knew about struggle and success? Let's dive deep and flip the script on what it means to fall and rise. Life's toughest moments hit like a sudden storm. One minute the skies are clear, and the next, everything's shaken. Imagine a soundtrack that starts soft and steady but builds into a powerful crescendo, matching the rhythm of your heartbeat. That's the invisible energy pulling you from despair to hope, from doubt to determination. That rising music isn't just background noise, it's a symbol of transformation. It reminds you that even when the world seems chaotic, there's an underlying order, a pulse, a momentum moving you forward. It's the soundtrack of your comeback story, echoing inside you, urging you not to give up. When you feel that swell of emotion, like your chest is tight but your spirit is growing, that's your soul saying, keep going. That crescendo mirrors your own rise, note by note, step by step, toward the life you're meant to live. Chaos often feels like a cage, but it's actually the womb where new life begins. Think about a forest after a wildfire. What looks like destruction is really clearing space for new growth. Your hardest times can be the fertile soil for something stronger, wiser, and more beautiful to emerge. When you're overwhelmed, it's easy to think you're alone in the mess. But remember, every great story includes chapters of chaos. It's part of the human experience. Those moments stretch you, challenge you, and ultimately shape you. Like the mythical phoenix, rising from ashes isn't just metaphor, it's a reality waiting for you. And here's the secret, hope isn't about ignoring the chaos, it's about embracing it with trust that something better is taking root underneath. Even if you can't see it yet, growth is happening quietly and powerfully. Let's be honest, sometimes emotions feel like an overwhelming tide that threatens to pull you under. Fear can grip your chest like a vice, failure can echo loudly in your mind, and despair may seem like the only constant companion. The world often tells us to snap out of it, but that's like telling someone drowning to just swim harder. Pain isolates. It makes you believe you're the only one walking through the dark. But the truth is, everyone battles their own shadows. Whether it's loss, rejection, or self.
Doubt, these are universal wounds. The trick isn't pretending they don't exist, it's learning to hold your own hand through the storm. So what if, instead of fighting your feelings, you gave yourself permission to feel fully? Not to wallow, but to acknowledge the pain as part of your growth. When you accept your emotions without judgment, you open the door to real healing, the kind that transforms struggle into strength. Feeling scared or sad doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. For too long, emotions have been misunderstood as flaws or burdens, but in reality, they're signals. Fear warns you of danger, sadness helps you process loss, and tears cleanse the soul. They aren't enemies to fight, but allies to listen to. Imagine if society valued emotional honesty as much as physical health. What if saying I'm afraid was seen as brave, not embarrassing? The courage to be vulnerable is where real strength begins. It's okay to take a moment to breathe, to cry, to be imperfect. So, next time you feel overwhelmed, try saying this to yourself, it's okay. I am allowed to feel this. That simple acceptance can shift the energy inside you, making room for resilience to grow. You have the power to rise, even when the weight of the world feels unbearable. It's not about bouncing back like nothing happened, it's about moving forward with the scars, the lessons, and the grit you've earned. Real strength is showing up day after day, even when results seem invisible. Think about a sculptor chipping away at marble. Each strike doesn't immediately reveal the masterpiece, but it's necessary work. Similarly, every small effort you make shapes your future self. Persistence is the quiet force behind every breakthrough. So stand up, brush off the dust, and take that next step, no matter how small. Celebrate the courage it takes to try again, because the journey isn't over, it's just beginning. What feels like setbacks are actually setups for growth. You might feel stuck, but you're in the middle of becoming. Growth isn't a straight line. It's messy, slow, and sometimes confusing. The pressure you're under? It's refining you like a diamond forming under intense heat. Life's challenges are a process, each hardship shaping your character, sharpening your resolve. You might not see the purpose right now, but it's there, quietly working behind the scenes. Think of it as the rehearsal before your big performance. If you rush to skip the process, you miss the lessons that prepare you for what's next. Trust that this season of discomfort is necessary. It's molding you for a future only you can fulfill. You're not the same person who started this journey. You carry a spirit forged through trials, stronger, wiser, more compassionate. Like a river that's weathered rocks and storms, you've carved a unique path. This spirit is your secret weapon, invisible but unstoppable. Your identity is evolving every day. The struggles you faced aren't detours, but the foundation of who you're becoming. Even if the world hasn't caught up to your transformation, you feel it in your bones, a deeper purpose driving you forward. Keep nurturing this spirit. It's a lifelong process of becoming, not a destination. And the best part? You're only getting started. Now that you've glimpsed the power within your struggles, what will you do with it? Will you let fear and doubt keep you trapped, or will you choose to rise, time and again, crafting a story worth telling? The question isn't whether you'll face challenges, it's how you'll face them. So ask yourself, what small step can you take today that your future self will thank you for? Remember, transformation isn't magic, it's deliberate action fueled by belief. Are you ready to embrace the messiness, to celebrate the cracks that let your light in? The road ahead isn't always smooth, but it's yours to walk with courage and heart. Your comeback is waiting. Will you step into it? If this message stirred something inside you, don't stop here. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join a community where growth and resilience are more than words, they're a way of life. Let's keep rising together.